connecting the longest of the hoses to the offside side opposite the power unit. And right now what you see Joe doing is connecting it to that 90-degree elbow. That's the area where the hydraulic fluid, or the port where the hydraulic fluid flows into the hydraulic cylinder, pushing that chrome rod up into the cylinder, which lifts the carriage. We're going to run that hose right up that column there. What we are doing is connecting the short hydraulic hose to the power unit side 90-degree elbow on the hydraulic cylinder.
When we run this
So when you're running a cable, you got to literally come out of the top of the post and then back through. I'm going to get up there and do another quick flip up there on the ladder. Straight up through the hole, right?
Yep, straight up through the hole.
And you, yep.
Put a kink in the cable. Come over the top of the inside of the pulley.
Alright, hold on, Bailey. Let him get up there on the top so you can see the hole.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Got it. So that's how you run the cable over the pulleys. What we do, this is the first thing we do. We get the middle part of the cable over the pulleys and then across, down over the other pulleys, and then we'll show you how to configure them from there. So what we have is the hose for the offside post up and over. So when you install the hydraulic fitting in the top of the post here, you want the T facing side to side. The top hose connects to the top of the T, the hose that heads to the near side cylinder, and it goes down to that fitting right here. That'll connect to the bottom of the T, and then the power unit feed goes to the side on the T. And as you can see on the post, there's a rubber grommet. So the hose will pass through the inside of the column, through the outside, down through these loops, and connect to a 90-degree fitting on the power unit. We'll bring you to that point in here shortly. So the hydraulic hose goes to the T, and there it comes outside the post. And you follow that down here, and that'll connect to a 90-degree fitting on the power unit. It's your overflow.
Yep.
The elbow will be on the offside for the overflow.
Okay.
And
Now run that blue hole.
the T will be on the near side, as you can see. And Billy's connecting to that T. And I'm going to get out of the way for him here.
And that'll go to the power unit.
So as we did with the hydraulic pressure hose, now the overflow hose passes from the T at the top of the cylinder down through the hole. It's going to be zip tied to that cable, or rather that hydraulic hose, down to the power unit. And then we'll show you how to connect that to the power unit next. Okay, what we like to do is have the cables, both cables, run straight up through the top of each post and down. Okay, neither end is connected yet. We've got the ends on the ground. And what we're going to do next would be, so in other words, we've run the cables through the through the top of each post, over the pulleys. We've got them kind of loosely hanging there, across to the offside, through the holes, around the pulleys again, and then down through the column. Next, the guys are gonna, what the guys are going to do is raise the carriages up off the ground, so we can connect these cables and give you the order of operations for the cable installation. This is the most critical part of this, and probably the most complained about part of installing the hydraulic lift.
Stand up and...
Okay. Now
Let's do the other one, Billy.
we have one carriage raised up. Let's check the height on this carriage. So 18 inches off the ground is the ideal height for raising the carriages. Make sure the carriage safety latch is engaged and it's resting on the safety at 18 inches off the ground. This allows you to get under there and disconnect that pulley at the base, which we're going to do. And it also leaves you enough room at the top of the carriage so you can get in there and adjust, tighten the cable nuts. There's room for your hands. If you go up too high, then you're going to have to contend with the barrel on the hydraulic cylinder. Okay, so Billy's removing the snap ring, or is it a butterfly clip, from the pulley. Removing the pulley. We're on the power unit side column. Billy's taking the cable on the power unit side. This is the one in the left rear corner of the column. He's feeding it through the third hole. There are 3 holes, as you can see, in the carriage. So he has the cable, it's going through the back, I guess you'd call it, side of the post. Through that back left-hand corner. Now, when you go to the offside post and you're about to run that cable, you have to do it exactly the same way. You look inside the post, the back left corner. Now that cable has been fed through, which would be the 3rd hole, the back left corner. Now you have 2 open holes, the middle and the right side. You go down to the base here and you can see that the cable has passed through. So we're going to take this particular cable and route it around the lower pulleys that you see on the offside.
He's putting a cable in there.
We'll remove that pulley. We'll jump back over to Billy. He is going to install this cable around the bottom pulley on the power unit side column. In order to do this, you have to remove the pulley, as you'll see. So as you can see, Billy's reinstalled the pulley. He's got the cable under it. So on the power unit side column, you're through the back left hole on the left side. You go down to the base around the pulley. Now the cable end will be on this side. Okay? We're going to take this cable end, feed it straight up through the post, and it's going to come up through the center hole. Okay, back up to the top of the carriage. So we'll be pulling that cable through, back up through the carriage and through the center hole on this offside column. Here we are on the power unit, the offside column. We have the back right hand corner. We put the cable end. We put the nylock nut. Joe's about to tighten that, but that'll be pulled back through, and that cable will face the floor.
Got better light here.
On the power unit side, we're going from back to front. So back left-hand corner of the post, cable facing downward, down, around a pulley, up through the center hole, which he's doing now. They're on the power unit side. So cable comes from the off side, straight down the column, all right, passes through the back left rear corner, goes down around this pulley. So from the back side around the pulley to the front, we go back up to the top, and then that cable is facing the ceiling, as you can see. Billy's got the washer, the nut, and now here's the cable end. Now on this is the back right corner of the power side column. This cable faces the floor, so it goes up,
How much do you need?
across, down the left side of this offside post, down through the bottom,
Wrapped around the piston?
so it'll be in the back left-hand rear corner hole in the carriage, around the pulley, straight back up and through the middle. And on the far right corner of the offside post, you'll have a cable facing downward. That's the one we started with. So they're going in the same direction, but on opposite sides. Here is a top view. I had to wiggle myself into position to give you this. See how the cable goes around the pulley, back through the center. So for back left-hand corner, around the pulley up through the center, and then the opposite corner is the one facing downward for the other side. So we're on the power unit side. Okay, here we are on the offside column, and as you can see, it's basically the same. If you look inside the post, you've got the cable that's going down around the pulley through the back left-hand corner. It heads straight down to the bottom around the pulley, back up through the center, and then the cable facing downward ends up in the back right corner again. So it's identical to the power unit side. Now Joe will remove the plug from the power unit for the overflow in the hydraulic system. Install a 90-degree fitting in here and plug the blue plastic hose into that. So you start with looks like it appears to be a adapter. Teflon taped it. There you go. And then there's the fitting, 90-degree elbow with the press connect fitting. So you have, when you install the arms, the long arm on the right side, okay, you'll have the rack of teeth, the gear will be facing inward, matching up with the gear for the safety lock.